Hi, I'm Emma Taylor, and I'm here today with Shira Mark for the wonderful segment For Amidim Unite to Heal. Shira has an incredible story of courage and strength and bravery through immense pain. And we're going to discuss today how she dealt with it as a therapist and as a person that has suffered so much tragedy in her life. Shira, please share with us your story and why you're here today.
Okay, so thank you for having me here. My story started 7.5 years ago. It was Friday. My parents go for Shabbat for my Savta in Yerushalayim from Otniel, where I used to live, where I grew up. And in a way, it was a terror attack. My father, my mom, my brother Ptaya, he was 15, my sister was 14, Taylor. They was in the car, everybody. And there was shooting on them. My father died in the same moment. My mom have a bullet in her head, like the brain damage. She was like really hard condition. Like we didn't know if she gonna make it. And my sister Taylor get hurt also. And Ptaya, like, he didn't get hurt, but we saw everything was there.
Psychologically hurt.
Exactly. Also, like, he find a phone, call to someone, just like all the story in there.
When did you find out what happened?
So it was Friday. I cooking for Shabbat. I spoke with my mom before, and she said, like, "Yeah, we're just going out now to the car, and I will call you back." And after that, I speak with my sister-in-law, and then I saw weird message, like start to be a lot of messages, and one in the WhatsApp, my friends from Otniel like wrote, it was a terror attack, 2 people died. Everybody okay? Like that, everybody okay? And
your heart must have dropped.
So usually I'm not that panicked, like I'm just like, oh, why it's not gonna be me for sure.
Right.
But this moment, right away, I just know. And I try to call my father. I tried to call my father a few times, like 8 times, just like, please answer to me, please answer to me, please answer to me. And, just a ring that that someone like pick it up, And he didn't. And I tried to call to my mom also. She didn't. So I called to my cousin El-Hanan. El-Hanan know everything all the time. So I called him, just scream, El-Hanan, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And the moment that he said, like, Shironet, this how he used to call me, I realized, like, it's them. And he said, like, your father died. Your mom's still alive, but we need a lot of, like, pray. Like, it's not for sure. I'm just like, you just lied to me. It says 2 people died. So for sure, it's both of my parents. And he said, like, Teila, go to the surgery now. It's not good. And they are there also. And El-Hanan called to ambulance to my house to bring me to, like, the hospital and to, like, make sure I couldn't breathe.
I'm sure. The shock must have been unimaginable.
I think, like, till now, I don't, like, actually don't, every time just, like, I don't realize what's going on, but in the same moment, it was like, what? You just feel that, like, everything broken, like, it was so hard. And in the Shiva, it was a big conversation between us, the siblings, like, what it's gonna be.
What siblings do you have?
So we were 10. I'm the second. So it was like 5 kids, like under 18. So my husband and me said, like, it was so funny, like, not funny, but it was like weird situation, like 4 a.m. in the Shiva. Just like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of all of them. Don't worry, I'm gonna take them for foster. It was just like that. Till now, they're with me, 7.5 years after. Yeah, so this was the moment that I took, like, charge of my siblings. And also after my mom, like, wake up a little bit and start to deal with her brain damage and a lot of surgeries in the brain. So she came to live with us also.
Gosh.
And it became so hard and difficult time, like, to choose again, to, like, to, like, stick the family together. So
you must
hard.
have had such an immense amount of strength to be able to deal with not only your pain, but the pain of all your siblings, them all relying on you.
So I know, but it didn't feel so like strong. It's just like, okay, I need to deal with that and with that, and like a lot of like mental problem, like it's a trauma. And you need like with a panic attack, and like to everybody to feel better, everybody go to that therapy. I just like run like therapy to tell their other therapy,
Or each person needs their own,
exactly
their own thing.
Yeah, my sisters, my brother, like everybody. Specifically with the Antillas, it wasn't a terror attack. Crazy time, and I got pregnant, and I was like so happy to choose like life again. It was hard, but I feel that I make a choice, to bring life. It's not the same just to live, it's like to bring a life. I was 8 months pregnant and almost 3 years after the pigua. And it was again Shabbat. Until I have a birthday 17. And I have a phone call after dinner, like in Shabbat, in Friday evening. It's like, who calling me? It must be not good. And I saw my sister-in-law calling me. And she said, like, my older brother, Shlomi, he was in the Mossad. He got to some mission. He have a car accident. And she said, like, you have to come now to say goodbye. And it was Shabbat. Everybody was laughing. And I am to come first. I didn't know how to tell her. The older son, like, gone. And she need to say goodbye. I tell you, it's not was like even 3 years from my father. So we drove to Beersheba, like to the hospital. He was all the Shabbat around him, singing to him, speaking with him. It was a beautiful moment that I just like hold his hand on my stomach, like it was huge. And I say goodbye, and I feel like I have and my baby was like so bumpy, and so it's like, how it can be. I just like say goodbye to my brother, and just like need to like bring
a
new life. Months after, in Shabbat, my baby came.
Oh my gosh, Shabbat seems to be the day for your family. Wow.
So I call him like, and the Brit was like exactly in Shabbat. It was my dream before to have like a Brit in Shabbat. It's so special, but it was like, everybody was like, it was months after Shlomi. Everybody was crying, like a lot of people, like catering for 200 people. It was like, sorry, it was crazy. So Eden Shlomi. So we call him Eden Shlomi, and then like we start all over again, My brother have 3 kids. Difficult time.
The grieving process, you've just in the middle of one grieving process, and you have to start all over again.
And you think like, okay, it's all over like after me, and just like again, all the again stuff like was so hard because you already know how it says to lose someone. In his shiva, I was so like, not again.
You're emotionally drained, emotionally, physically
drained. Yeah, because with my father, I didn't know what it's gonna be, right? It was like in shock, right? Just like, no, I don't want it. I know what it is, how it's look, how it's feel, how it's gonna be hard. Coming. Exactly. And now, Simchat Torah morning, everything start. I have a call from my brother Pteya. He's in the army officer in Givati. Gaza, it's his place. Like they honor this place. So he called me and said, like, I need your car. We need to bring a lot of weapons. I need to go to fight. Just like, okay, so come. In the middle of Shabbat, like we make the car ready, make sandwich for the soldiers. I was so like, I just keep know what's going on. Like it was crazy. We cried. We didn't know what's gonna be. And I was so scared that he gonna go there. He came with a green uniform and everything, just like hugging each other.
What were you feeling at that time?
So it's what the moment like we hug each other. He said, I love you too. Come back safe. And then it was a moment that I like hold him so hard. He wanna go and I don't let him. And in the same moment, I felt once of me like really want to give him to go, to fight. Yeah, go fight, like help the people. But in the other hand, just like want him to stay with me. I didn't want him to go. It was a bad feeling, and I already know like maybe it's the last last meeting with him. So I hold him really hard. I was like, don't go, don't go. And then he said like, Shira, I have to go. I really have to go. It was the last time that I saw him. And Sunday, like just after, I heard I just really want to go to help to Be'eri people. I'm a therapist, like trauma, so I really I make a like they calling me and say like I'm coming to help. I go to the car and my sister calling me said our cousin Elchanan that he was like so in touch with us, like we live together, like brother. It's not even a cousin. So she said like he's died. You have to come. What? And then I realized all the story. He going Saturday morning. You don't need to. He's supposed to be like around his place. And he just like heard what's going on. No, because he was also in the Mossad and know a lot. So he know the army not like handle with all of what happened. He just go to Be'eri with his brother, with a nephew. Just took them and they fight for 14 hours, saving 100 people from burning like houses. 100 people, like we account 100 people in Be'eri. They saving like all the people there. And they was so tired and they keep going because everybody say like, this my mom, this my father, just bring them back. And in the last house, someone shot at him, some terrorists. And he died. So I was like, what again? Our family can handle with this. And we go to the Shiva. And this was really hard. And the second day, and we called Padaya, please come for the Shiva. Like, come for one day, one moment to be with your family. She's like, no, I need to fight. I fight with my soldiers. No time now for graving. It's going to be all my life I'm going to grave for El-Hanan. And he's staying there. He sent for us in the Shiva flowers. In letter, we are strong, Tal strong. I'm going to be with my heart with you. See you soon. And like just week after, the officers came to the house and knocked on her door, said like, Daya died in Gaza. I just screamed like, not again, not again, not again, you know?
How much go on family too?
So it's still, it's still like...
So that was a month ago.
Almost a month. Next week, it's going to be the Shloshim.
And you're dealing with not just your pain and the nation's pain, but your family, the siblings and...
My mom.
Your mom.
To like hold a lot. And she still deal with her like life.
Right.
Crazy. So...
As a therapist, you must have your brain must be in so many places because you're dealing with like your personal pain. But as a therapist, you know how to deal with it for other people, but for yourself, it must be... How do you go on day by day? How do you just get up in the morning?
First of all, thing that I really take care of myself. Like I know I took foster of my kids and my sisters and my brother and also like my mom. But first of all, I really take care of myself. Like I go to my therapy and I do a lot of art. And even if I work like in 3 works, like really, I work really hard, but still I have my time and my time with my husband. Like first of all, I can't take care of everybody if I don't like know how to take care of myself. A lot of nature. I go to the Kinneret, be there sometimes just like for an hour alone, writing. And with the others, I just really, really try to listen what they need. Every person need like other things, So my sisters, my mom, just like really try so hard to listen what they need from me, what they need at all.
If you had a message to people listening who can't even fathom, can't imagine what you're dealing with, what message would you share with everyone? What would you want everyone to remember when they're going through their own grief, when they're going through their own trauma?
So I don't know if I can call that message because I feel that I'm so little. I don't know if I have a big message, but I want to say...
The strength that you show, even in this conversation, it's going to take a very long time to process what we've been discussing because it's unbelievable, your strength.
So I can tell you what helped me to like in all the days, and I hope it's going to help you right now also. So first of all, it's a lot of love that I have, that I get from my family, from friends, open heart, like really to know how to bring love, but also like how to like get, from other people. It helps a lot. Like it's like a good medicine, really, from all the pills, all the therapies, like a lot of love, hugging, to be together, to like just love each other. It's really helped for me, for my sisters, like really. And also, it was hard for me, but to hold the hope. My sister, like, they touch me how, like, even if everything looks so bad, so hard, so depressed, still we have a lot of hope, and we so small, like we think that we saw the reality, but in the end it's much, much behind us, that everything can be like, if the bad thing can happen so fast, also good thing like can surprise you also, and you need to give that to come also, to be with a lot of hope, to hold the hope. It's like a tikva song, we have a tikva song. This is what we got.
It's the Jewish people.
Exactly, the tikva. We need hope. We hold hope all after the Holocaust, after we all our people like so much. So just hope, and to know it's some days, good days gonna come, and we have a lot of hope.
Can you tell us something about your brother? He was the one who was in the car with your parents. Can you tell us a bit about how his journey, and then he became such a strong soldier who wanted to defend his land and wanted to fight?
So I tell you what, like everybody's so impressed, like he fell in Gaza, amazing, strong. Actually, it was like 4,000 soldiers go in Motzei Shabbat into Gaza. He was the first one. You have to be like really strong leader to be the first one in the first jeep, like in Gaza. Crazy, thousands of like soldiers. He was the first one. But I don't think this is the point. The point is that it's not was easy for him to leave. He had a trauma. He's have a lot of days don't want to go out from bed. And he was so strong because every single day he deal with his trauma. He walking up, go to school, go to Shiva, go to the army. It's not really easy. And if you're telling me like years ago that he gonna be in the army, it's like, no way. He's not even wake up in the morning, right? So he was so brave, and it teaching me how to be brave like daily in life, not how he did that, like, like how he lived. And he was like,
you did that for him. You did that for him.
No, he was so brave in himself. And listen, like also, he was like the one, I'm not like this. I'm talking a lot. He was so quiet, so quiet. She's like, how are you? Okay. Like, what? Tell me more. But he did so much. That kind of person.
Right.
Like he was so gentle, so quiet, but a lot of power inside. He didn't need to say a word. All the soldiers just go after him,
A real leader.
Like אמור מעט ועשה הרבה. Exactly like that.
Wow. A true hero.
Yeah, I can feel his eyes. Like he's have beautiful, beautiful eyes. Was so quiet. Just look at you. Hi, Shira. It is it. He was so strong. Pure. One of the mom come to a Shiva and said like, my son can come because he fight with the Gaza, so I came. And she said like, her son was with there in the same room in the army. Unreligious, don't know him. And she said every time our son come home, it's like, I don't know, someone really special, bed like right up, like right near to me. It's in some boy, like amazing. And she's like, what's so amazing about him? He keep like talking about him. He said like, the pure man that I ever seen. So it's keep going with it. Like it really was like this.
Sounds such a special, special man.
Hey, he was.
Gosh, I don't really have any words to share because I am totally blown away by the strength that you're showing by even talking about him so recently. But I know that he is looking at your strength, and he is getting his neshama is getting so much nachas from you and from sharing your message with everyone. And I really want to thank you so much for showing us how to keep going when times are really, really hard. And I talk for everyone just to wish your family and you Nechama, and may the memories of your whole family, all of them, your father and your brother and your cousin, may they just keep giving you strength to continue the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you for listening to my story. Like, to listen, it's also like important to share the pain together. You know, we big one heart of the Jewish people all over around.
So as a therapist, right now, the Jewish nation, the whole world is in mourning, not to the same extent, obviously, as your family, but we all feel the pain on some level. What would you say as a therapist to us to get through these very, very dark and bleak times?
So first of all, I think the pain and grave make you to be like feel alone. Even if a lot of people are around, you feel alone. So I really ask the people, like, really don't be alone, share, be together, make a lot of like meetings, just like with the old people around who like have like around you. And like, I feel when you share, it's gonna make the process that you don't keep it there, because after that it's gonna be worse and worse. Also, go to, I don't know, therapy, art, nature, everything that make you, even like if you don't have someone die, just if you feel like all Jewish all over the world feel so like connect and so much pain, just take care of yourself, share with other people, go to take care of your family, and be a good listener to the others. Like, really listen to the others people, pay attention if someone like not look so good, if someone like have a hard time, so just be with him and like try to help each other.
I think one thing that you said that I think I'm going to take away is that concept of just loving people, and the idea of just whoever they are, just love them. Just love and show your love. Yes. Don't be afraid to show your love to everyone.
Exactly. And also that don't be afraid to share like pain.
Right.
Love something, it's more easy, like to share a really hard time now. I have a hard time.
Yeah.
So it's also like so important. I feel like I feel all Jewish all over the world have a broken heart.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But it's making us stronger, that we can feel each other. We can feel pain, even if it's not like my pain.
It's all personal. We're all one like, people.
Yeah, one big heart, like I said. Yeah. So thank you so. Oh.